G'day, ladies and gents, and welcome to Chad Thunder. That's right. Where we're going, we don't need no AIM-7s. We're going to stick to the good old AIM-9s here, in a patch full of radar-guided missiles. Ladies and gents, I was playing the F-4 Phantom, and I was having some pretty bad luck. It was pretty tough, and I still do find it tough in this current meta with AIM-7 Sparrows everywhere. In fact, I think we calculated it a couple of nights ago. Basically, you can get about 250 odd missiles in a single match, if I've calculated that correctly, if my quick maths has sufficed. So you know what, I'm going to halve it just for the sake of being a Chad, and we are going to make the most of it. This was a kind of freak match, and I just wanted to show you guys that you actually don't need to rely on your AIM-7s to get kills, and it's kind of funny because in real life the same thing sort of panned out. It turned out that the AIM-7s didn't actually do most of the killing during the Vietnam War. It was the AIM-9s, and that is actually quite straightforward. Well, the AIM-7 is a bit fatter and is sort of designed for long range, and from memory was actually a bomber hunter missile, so it didn't really need that sort of ability to turn on a dime. Not only that, but AIM-7E versus AIM-9J. I'm going to be a dumbass and just say pick the higher letter, and that's going to be your turning missile. You watch Koala absolutely throw a fit. Love you, Koala. Anyway, all dumbassery and joking aside, this particular match demonstrates to me that you don't actually need radar-guided missiles to do well in War Thunder. In fact, for me, it kind of makes me feel like you almost don't want them. On the Phantom, I can understand why you'd want them, because it's literally 4 extra missiles, but on something like the Mirage or something like the MiG-21, honestly, I don't really see a need for them. So, in this particular match, you can see I'm getting radar pinged with the RWR from basically everywhere, and it's kind of, I don't know, for me it's a little bit confusing because I have, you'll see in the video, been pinged by friendlies and by, I think it's RWR, you'll see it later. But for me, I don't really get a lot of information from the RWR. I just know someone is there and in roughly what direction. I can't tell if he's above, below, if he's 30 kilometers out or zero 0.3 kilometers out. And for me, that gives me a little bit more to be desired. I understand that historically it probably wasn't like that, but maybe in this case we could sacrifice a bit of historical accuracy for a little bit of gameplay, or at least find a nice way around it, which I will do my best to sort of make a dedicated video on. Not specifically RWR, but sort of just the situation with top tier jets as it currently stands. So our first victim here is going to be a Mirage 3. You do not go vertical and slow just for a single target. I have actually seen this quite a lot recently. A lot of players are basically just suiciding for a quick kill, and this is literally the stupidest thing that you can potentially do in a game of War Thunder. Those last minute head-ons, those weird ass, you know, like pulling in at the last minute, spamming all your missiles, these types of things are really, really counterproductive to getting anywhere at top tier jets. And not only that, they waste a lot of silver lions. So if you happen to be doing this sort of stuff and you find that you're actually losing a lot of silver lions, try not going head on, or at least not pushing last minute head ons. Try not playing conservatively as such, but not playing it nearly as recklessly, and you might find that you actually do a lot better. Getting myself a cheeky little Mirage kill there and just missing that Phantom by an inch. Wow, I almost got away with a double kill there. That would have been really, really nice. But that's okay, because this particular F-4E is energy trapped. And this means that he cannot get away from me without dying. He's going to either put himself in a straight line to get some speed, but in that point I will have already redived on him, sent a missile his way, and I could potentially get myself a kill, but unfortunately for me, he crashes into the side of the mountain, giving the kill to another guy in the match, which is fine. More kills for everyone. Our kills, if you will. This particular F-4C gets really unlucky and gets basically, I don't really want to call it front aspect locked by one of my AIM-9Js, but basically it's in this case. And for me, that's a big W, getting myself a nice cheeky little kill that way. But we really don't have much time to focus on the good stuff, because it looks like we're getting harassed here by another F-4E, and I believe this is an F-4EJ in this particular case, and he's going to extend. He's done a smart thing, but in top tier jets, if you overshoot, it is a lot more of a mistake than you might think, because you quite literally, traditionally, you can just sort of keep going. But at top tier jets, because there are missiles that can really affect the way that you fly, it doesn't put you in a great situation. And there goes this particular F-4E. There's the F-4EJ, who's decided he wants to go for the Mirage, and he's launched a big fat yeeter at the Mirage, and might have been an AIM-7, just considering the way that it is just traveling in a straight line, and there it goes, poof, out of the sky, probably because he's lost the radar lock. Now, I'm out of air-to-air missiles, which means that I can't just send a yeeter his way, and honestly, if I had an AIM-7, I probably would have been in a better spot here, but it doesn't really matter because I can chase this guy all day, and we're just going to get to the map border, and basically it becomes a matter of who runs out of fuel first. So if I know that I want to chase this guy, and he's going to have to run, he's going to have to stay at a pretty quick speed for a lot longer. And there you go, you can see on the RWR, I'm being sort of pinged off the nose of my aircraft. I suspect that that's his RWR or a bug, and I'm suspecting it's the former. Someone let me know in the comments if the RWR actually shows up on radar in real life, or RWR showing up on other RWR, I suppose. Regardless, the EJ has probably hit the map border here, and he has gone in for a turn fight. He thought, you know what, screw it, I'm going to be an absolute chat about it, and you know what, I applaud him. He's going in for the dogfight, and what I'm going to do here is shut off the afterburner, and whilst this doesn't give me the energy that I need in a dogfight, it will give me the advantage in turning. I've popped out my air brakes a little bit here. I'm not going to reduce my throttle. I'm just going to keep it at 100 and then go for the WEP on the up, just to keep myself up in the air a little bit more, generate a little bit of lift. And this is where the F-4EJ rips his flaps. This is really, really bad for the EJ because he relies a little bit more on turning than I am going to, because I've got a teammate in the air. And a teammate nearby means that the F-4EJ now has to take care of two opponents rather than the one. Here he goes for the F-4E on my team, and I managed to crit him. As he goes down, I spark a little bit off the wing, but basically it's all over from here. It's just a matter of time. I've just got to get myself the right shot, and the Phantom, being a big, fat, lumbering beast, is very slow at slow speeds, and very fat at slow speeds. So there we go, I managed to set fire, and Mr. Snake here tries to snake my kill. Please don't do that. I'm glad it ended up being my kill, but regardless, this kind of shows that you don't really need the air-to-air missiles to really do well. I might actually upload another one of these types of videos in other planes, getting kills without the radar-guided missiles, but you'll see that I don't really need them in many circumstances, especially lately where I've found a lot of people are going more for turn-based dogfights. They'll sort of more willingly shed all of their energy, which just makes them a little bit more susceptible to guns and a little bit more susceptible to the good old AIM-9G. AIM-9J. I said AIM-9J. You can't. No, that's it. Anyway, ladies and gents, that is it for this video. If you would like to go and check out air models, they are fantastic. I've actually got two of them on my desk, or actually on my bedside table. They're fantastic. They're actually really good quality, and maybe I'll post a few pictures to Insta, which you can go and follow in the link in the description below. But anyway, ladies and gents, take care, and I'll catch you next time.